I bought a Juke, Mrs. Wizard.
You bought what the hell?
Yes, let's take a look. I bought a Nissan Juke from a dealer who got it himself from an auction.
What?
Yes.
Why?
This will be an excellent video to show you guys. I played the fool here on purpose to show you how you can get ripped off so bad. There's a story to purchasing this, and I'll be able to fix this. This will be a fun little car when I get done. But what was advertised and what actually was delivered was two different stories. And this happens so much. Hoovy gets scammed all the time. He buys this car, they lie to him, they find out, oh, this doesn't work, this is leaking, and then they don't return his calls, they won't contact him anymore. That happens a lot. It's really sad.
These cars are cool. This is a Juke.
This is cool. It looks like a frog, Mrs. Wizard. It's cute.
I'm glad you like driving amphibians.
Yes, it is I like these cars. I got it on Facebook Marketplace cheap. These go anywhere 12, 14, 15 grand for a really nice example. I got this one for 4. So that leaves me a lot of room to fix it. And when I'm done, I'll have a car that's at least worth 12. But sadly, when I have already diagnosed this, I look at a few things. It's a lot worse than they presented it. And by the way, this is a 2012 Nissan Juke with the 1.6 turbo and the CVT transmission. Oh no!
You hit the crap lottery.
Yes. So it was advertised that it had timing chain issues and it just needed that fixed. And I was told this would be a runner. Let me show you guys. Yes, it will run and drive. This has happened to Hoovy so much. A running car, it drives and it arrives and it's deader than a doornail, and it will never run, and it hasn't run in years. And that's the story here. The timing chain just needs some work. After we take a look, guys, you're going to see that is not the case at all. Let's go ahead and take a look around. The front does look like a frog, and I actually like that. I like these cars. They look happy, Mrs. Wizard.
I'm glad you're happy with it, dear.
So you have to just mimic your face with this one and be happy for me on my purchase.
Oh, okay. Well, just I'll smile for you.
Right. We go down this side. It has like I think it's called Silver Pearl or something. It's a QX1 paint code. This side is in great shape. It does have a few scrapes on the wheels, but nothing serious. I do like the back end on these. It has these little swoops on it, kind of like a GTR look. I really like it. This one is an all-wheel drive model. And as we get to this side, we see a big-ass dent, Mrs. Wizard.
And you're trying to impress me with this latest purchase.
Yes. I know how this happened. Do you want me to demonstrate?
Sure.
So, whatever happened with the engine, which we'll find out here in a minute, it pissed off the driver so much that they got out of the car and they went and just kicked the hell out of it. That's my idea of what happened here.
Or maybe the owner's wife got so mad at him for buying just another POS that she shoved him into it?
That might be his face print.
Let's see.
I could see maybe there's a nose there and the forehead and a
bald spot? Sure.
No, that's not going to happen to me.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well let's move along now. And the rest of the car is fine as far as cosmetics. The interior will be a different story though. There's lots of parts and things I have apart that are in the back, and you get to go check them out with Mrs. Wizard.
Okay, well, ladies and gents, here we are in the Wizard's latest purchase, 87,000 miles. So I will give him at least it's low-ish in miles. And let me tell you, you're going to have some shock in what you're going to see in here as well, just because this camera's not picking it up yet. But okay, it does have a nice hard plastic dash. I will give you that. Standard air vents, standard HVAC controls. And then we move down to what the hell is this? There's all the cowling around it is gone. We can see that it is an automatic with a few extra controls and dirt and dust. There's some pieces and parts over there in the seat, along with the serpentine belt apparently. Got some chocolate finger going on over here, so somebody in the back seat must have needed to talk to the passenger awful bad and, tried to break their shoulder off. And he did say there were more parts and pieces in the back, and he didn't mean just the back cargo area, he meant the back seat. And looks like this must be the cup holders and the center console area, because that's where the shifter would have gone if this was installed in the front of the car, not in the midsection. Why is there a wheel liner in the back seat?
Because I accessed the side of the engine by removing it.
And because you need to look at the engine, you decide to put it inside the car. Okay. Yes. Trust me, he doesn't do this to customers' cars. This is just his own latest acquisitions. Amazingly, I do have good things to say about the headliner. It's not sagging. There's no marks in it. There's no tears. So, okay, there is an endearing quality here, except we probably could use some cleaning there because I'm not even going to touch that. It's a little grimy. A little dirty on that visor, but okay, at least it's not hanging down. Not so sure what's going on there. That's gross. Okay, well, glad there's soap and water invented, so you're going to be having fun cleaning up your car. Mm-hmm. As we move back to the steering wheel, like we always do, there is that lovely and oh so unreliable Nissan logo in the center of the steering wheel. Since we know how much he approves of cars with engines of this make and transmissions of this style. So I'm really intrigued what he's going to have to show us underneath the hood.
So like I mentioned, this was claimed that it just had timing chain problems. Actually, what is wrong is the engine is seized. And I thought this was going to be a disaster. I'm going to need a whole new engine, but we'll take a look at a few things here and we'll understand that the bottom end needs to be fixed, but the top end and everything like that and the turbo is all fine. Let's go ahead and get this open. I have everything apart, Mrs. Wizard, because I've been working on it.
Oh, that explains why you're awfully dirty today.
Yes. This is the 1.6 turbo Nissan Juke engine. It's only used in the Juke. It's also used in Renaults across in Europe. Lots and lots of Renaults. I'll go ahead and move this valve cover out of the way. I've removed it. Basically what happened with this engine is that it was ran out of oil, the oil pump starved, and it locked up, and some of the crank bearings seized. But as you can see, up here in the upper end, there are no metal flakes, there are no debris. And let me grab a wrench and put on these, and I will show you that these are still nice and free. So I'll wiggle this back and forth. So you can see that that one's nice and free. And we'll do this one. It is also nice and free. So what was supposed to be just some timing change, and yes, it'll run and drive. Obviously, it's not going to run and drive, and it hasn't ran and drive for quite some time. I'm totally cool with this, and just like I mentioned, I purposely took the bait on this, on purpose. When they said, oh, timing chains, runs and drives, all this stuff, I knew in my mind, that's a lie. It's probably something seriously wrong. But for you guys' entertainment, I'll play the fool, and I'll make it happen. I'll go and get this thing. And it happened exactly as I had predicted. You guys really have to be careful out there. I can fix this thing. I can do all the work. I can have it back on the road. It's not really that big of a deal for me. And it'll be a good little car. Only 87,000 miles on it. But can you imagine if you just bought this as a project and took the guy's word for it, and now you're going to have to pay a shop to fix it? This could be 8 or 10 grand. I can probably fix it for under $1,000. But the thing is, You just really have to be careful. There's these types of things out there all over Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, for sale all over the place. They're kind of like a mousetrap, waiting for you to take the bait, and then they got you. You got the car, here's the title, I got your money, it's yours now, you deal with it.
So, Car Wizard, could the timing chains have snapped?
It's possible. We'll show you here in a minute when I get up on the lift. We'll see a few more things, and I have a theory about it. But keep in mind, I just mentioned the upper end does not have metallic debris. It's clean oil. The cams are free. I've also blown air into the turbo and had a bore scope in, and just a light bit of air, it spins free. It is not seized up. So what happened here is, like I said, it ran out of oil, and it basically tore up the bottom end. You don't have to worry about it spewing all that metal debris up into the top of the engine because there was no oil for the pump to pump. So it actually saved the top end. The bottom end was doing a lot of work. It ran out of oil first, it locked up, and actually saved the top end and the turbo. And I'm very happy for that.
If the timing chain had broken, isn't it an interference-based engine?
It could have, but I've also got my bore scope into every cylinder. There's no nicks in the top of the pistons. Also, all the valves are nice and straight. They are not bent or broke off. There was no impact. The timing chain, the main timing chain, has not broke. I imagine that the oil pump timing chain broke when it seized up. That has yet to be discovered, and that'll be in a future video once we get everything apart, and we'll take a look a little deeper. But let's get this thing on the lift and take a look from the bottom. So here we have the lower oil pan. I've already removed it, and as we can expect, it looks like metal flake spray paint. That is crank main bearings. That's what that is. So let's go ahead and head underneath the car. Here we have the lower oil pan removed, and there's our little oil pump. I've actually got a wrench on this shaft, which is the oil pump shaft. It will not move. It is completely seized solid. In all of these inspection holes, or these oil drain holes, you can see that the crank bearings have powder coming out of them, which means it seized up those, and the oil pump is seized up. That as far as it got. Luckily, the bottom end stopped, and the rest of the engine, I believe, was saved. So I will be able to take the oil pan off. I may have to take the transmission out so I can get, and it may be faster to just drop the whole thing, but I need to split these apart, pull the oil pan and the crank out. At the very worst, I believe I'll have to get a good used crank, a set of standard size main and rod bearings. And if the pistons aren't seized, which I don't think they are, because I looked in the bores and they're nice clean bores, we'll be back in business. Let's go ahead and look at the rest of the car real quick. See these rotors, guys? They're nice and rusty. That means it hasn't driven in a long time. The idea of will run, will drive, or does run, or does drive. You can take a look at this when you go to look at a vehicle, look at the brake rotors. If they look like that, no, it doesn't drive, and it hasn't driven in a long time. Sway bar link is good, the boot is good, the struts are dry. Our transmission fluid is nice and clean. I checked it. I will be doing a service on that as soon as we get it up and running, and it will be serviced every year.
I found your missing hammer.
Where?
Right there. The little bitty cute guy.
Oh yeah, I dropped that.
Oh.
Okay. Our steering rack does not have any power steering fluid leaks because it is electric. So not really much to check out there. This is an all-wheel drive model, like I mentioned, so here we have kind of like a transfer case right here. You got a CV shaft coming out there, one that way, and then to the rear we have a drive shaft. Over here again, more rusty brakes. Sway bar link is good, the strut is nice and dry. I don't think there's any issues there. Here's our rear drive shaft. There's the cat. Luckily the cat's still here, guys. We know people are robbing these things, cutting them off. This one is in place.
That's impressive, since apparently it wasn't going anywhere for a very long time and it was, you know,
Yep.
readily available.
Here's a resonator, or kind of like, it looks like a glass pack or something. Our rear drive shaft. This is our rear differential, little small little guy. We'll check these wheels out. CV boots are good. Sway bar link is good. The shocks are dry. And again, rusty brakes. Go to check this side. This shock is not good. Look at that, guys. That's shock oil. So that shock is no good. It will need shocks. Sway bar link is good, and the CV boots are good. And rusty brakes. Just because the rotors are rusty doesn't mean it's bad. Those can be resurfaced and reused, and they'll be just fine. There's no issue with that. So let's get this thing back on the ground. So, my theory with the dent on this side of the car...
Just like that!
Ah, Mrs. Wizard.
Well, you know, it's my moment for the Oscars.
Yeah, what is this, the Oscars?
No, I just thought it really does look like it's dented from this, you know? Somebody falling into it.
Maybe that's what happened. But actually, my theory on this is that the engine locked up from lack of oil. They got out. That was the last thing they needed in their life right now. And they just proceeded to put a melee, or a waylay, I guess you should say, into the door.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense, really, because nothing else has been hit. The tires are fine. I mean,
yeah,
unless a deer decided to hit the back panel, I can't imagine.
No, I think that's foot, like kicks.
Kicks?
Yep.
That's too bad.
I don't think the wife of the previous owner of this car pushed him into it, just like you just saw. But I do think they took their rage out right here. And unfortunately, I'll have to find a door, or I might use ICS Collision in Wichita, who I trust for a lot of the supercars and things like that. I've already sent him a picture and he said no problem, we can fix that. It's just going to be the cost. I can get a good door from eBay for $300 or $400. If it's going to be $600 to fix the dents, I'll just get a good used door. We'll have to see how that goes. I'm going to pull the oil pan. I'm going to pull all that apart for the next video on this car to show you guys the actual carnage, the heart of the carnage. Again, I believe the damage stayed in the lower end, and I'm crossing my fingers. I hope so. The cams are free. There's no debris in the top because there was no oil to pump the debris up there. And the turbo was free. So those are really good things for me. I also believe once this thing is fixed with the dent, the engine, and get it all, everything up to snuff, it'll be a good little car, a fun car to drive. I really like the styling on these. And if anything, I stand to possibly double my money on this car very easily. So if you're curious what kind of tools we're going to use to fix this Juke, sorry, check my Amazon affiliates link in the description below. We get a small cut and we really appreciate it. And if you'd like to keep up with all the crazy shenanigans that me and Mrs. Wizard are getting into, or maybe mainly me, hit the subscribe button because there's more videos to come. Thanks for watching.